major cause of economic harm in the agroecosystem, I would say, is insect pests. Pests like the bollworm, the fruit fly, and the diamond moth are some of the pests that attack plants. Some of the pests have become resilient to synthetic insecticides and biopesticides. Biological advances have been made to provide better pest control solutions, as some of these pests are becoming less susceptible to chemical insecticides. So exploring new genetic insect control methods and pest management to control the pest population is essential in agriculture. Methods like sterile insect method, integrated pest management, gene editing, things like that. The sterile insect method is a pest management solution that focuses on hybrid crosses between the genetic strains, resulting in sterilization of ionization radiation that's used to cause mutation, resulting in sterility. Large masses of insects that are passed through radiation are released to an area and they mate. However, the egg doesn't hatch as a result of the damage caused to the genetic material of the parents. The limitations of this method is that it lacks a practical way to sort out the sexes massively. The mathematical modeling has been used to expound the potential influence of the sterile insect method, but apart from population suppressant, integrating pest management methods could also be used for pest management. Like for example, like the use of a female lethal or the male selection. Transgenic crops are used to express toxins that cause the death of susceptible insects that destroy the plants. To measure the evolution of resistance, a base approach is used, the high dose and the refuge strategy. So the crops used ensures that the resilient pest produces an amount of toxin that is enough to terminate resistant heterozygotes. The limitation to this method is that some plants are destroyed, hence reducing the crop yield. So in integration, you can also consider a female lethal genetic insect control program. Two types of the lethal construct carried by the male must be the homozygous susceptible. The female lethal genetics control is very essential as a resistant management pest control method because the method can be effective at a very low rate than it would be needed for the suppression throughout the sterile insect method. The males used together with the female lethal would be used to control a vast range of genetic and ecological scenes. Intrinsic resistant dilution is also a pest management method. This method can be used to control transgenic insects that have resistance to the genetic itself. So some of the males released may develop a susceptibility to the allele and also be able to survive the lethal effect. The dilution method plays a role of driving any resilient allele before it hits the observable frequency. The limitation of this method is that it may also affect plants that were not on target. So gene editing is another method. Gene editing is another method that can be used to control the insect population. So gene modification is done, which involves editing the gene in the genome. Methods such as clustered regular interspace. Is clustered regular interspace short something? But it's clustered regular interspace short palindromic. It repeats are being implemented to modify genes. It has been implemented in mosquitoes to either suppress the vector population or affect female fertility. This method can be effective in pest suppression and also resistant management. Laboratory field science is also essential for the creation of appropriate strains. I believe that the use of other methods rather than the use of chemical insecticides to pest management is effective because, as compared to the chemical insecticides, the aftermath effects are less consequential and the soil fertility is rarely interfered, and they're also environmentally friendly.